The NFL Draft is the best chance for the top college football players in America to hit it big and make their lifelong dream of playing on Sundays a reality. Some of them make it to superstardom and even Hall of Fame glory. Others flame out over time. But one thing is certain. For the top 10 picks in the draft, the team that took them is expecting franchise-changing things. In today's video, we'll take a look at the top 10 picks from 2022 and talk about how the season went for them, and then give a final grade on how they did. Did we get it right? Make sure to subscribe and drop a comment below. Number 10, Garrett Wilson, wide receiver for the Jets. The Jets were expecting a game changer at this pick with Garrett Wilson, and the athletic wideout from Ohio State did not disappoint. Sure-handed, fast and elusive, Wilson went over 1,000 yards receiving in 2022. In 12 games, Wilson caught 83 passes for 1,103 yards and 4 touchdowns. One of those touchdowns came in the final seconds of a game against the Cleveland Browns in Week 2. The Jets found themselves trailing the Browns by 2 scores with less than 2 minutes to go in the game. Wilson was instrumental in that final drive, making several crucial catches. None bigger than a 15-yard touchdown catch with 22 seconds remaining. Overall, Wilson is extremely versatile. He's able to make the routine catch while also making clutch grabs. The only knock on him so far is that he's a little injury prone since he missed 5 games for injuries to his ribs and back. But if he can stay healthy in 2023 and beyond, look for him to be a key weapon for the Jets going forward into the future, as they attempt to improve on their disappointing 7-10 campaign. Grade B+. Number 9, Charles Cross, offensive tackle for the Seahawks. Charles Cross is a work in progress for the Seattle Seahawks. The 6'5", 311-pound offensive tackle out of Mississippi State is a wide body on an offensive line that gave up 46 sacks last season, which was tied for 8th most in the NFL. He was a solid run blocker, but sometimes struggled with pass blocking. He made adjustments to fix his mistakes later in the games, but he was often asked to face double teams. That's a tall order to ask any rookie. In his debut against the Denver Broncos early in the season, Cross faced both Bradley Chubb and Randy Gregory, 2 of the best pass rushers in the NFL. If Cross can sharpen his footwork, that will go a long way towards improving and being the offensive lineman that the Seahawks hope he can be. But right now, he is very raw and sometimes gets thrown off balance and is out of position when pass blocking. Even though he's over 300 pounds, he is not known as an offensive lineman that is capable of bull rushing a team's best pass rushers. The 2022 season was a baptism of fire for Cross. Since he started every single game the Seahawks played this season, he can only get better going forward. Grade C. Number 8, Drake London, wide receiver for the Falcons. Drake London, a wide receiver out of USC, proved to be one of the very few bright spots for the Atlanta Falcons in an otherwise disappointing 7-10 season in 2022. He was reliable and explosive for Atlanta, as he ended the season with 72 catches for 866 yards and 4 touchdowns in his rookie campaign. London's 72 catches in 2022 also broke the previous record for the most catches by a rookie in Falcons history, set by London's teammate, tight end Kyle Pitts in 2021. This is really saying something about how great London could be for the future of Atlanta. In 2021, Pitts was the first rookie tight end selected to the Pro Bowl in over 2 decades. Breaking Pitts' rookie receiving record really shows how high the ceiling could be for London as he moves into his prime over the next several years. As Atlanta continues to grow and compete, look for London to continue being one of the go-to guys in the Falcons' offense. He could end up being a great security blanket for a young quarterback in Desmond Ridder. Grade A-. Number 7, Evan Neal, offensive tackle for the Giants. Despite missing 4 games after suffering a knee injury against the Jaguars in Week 8, Evan Neal showed great potential in his first season. Not only is he a freakish physical specimen at 6'7", 350 pounds, the rookie out of Alabama showed he has a bit of a mean streak, as he routinely pancaked opposing defensive linemen and linebackers on a regular basis. But what has made him an even better draft pick for the Giants is his ability to seemingly adjust his footwork on the fly and be able to diagnose plays as they unfold. Giants head coach Brian Daboll and his staff certainly have to be happy with Neal going into year 2 of his career. It's not every day you find yourself with an offensive lineman with size, instinct, great footwork, and the ability to adjust as the play unfolds. He looks like the complete package. If Neal keeps this up and stays healthy, he could be one of the more solid linemen in the NFL over the next several years. Grade A-. Number 6, Ike Ekwonu, offensive tackle for the Panthers. It was a disappointing 7-10 season for the Carolina Panthers in 2022. but Ike Ekwonu showed some promise on the offensive line. The 6'4", 320-pound offensive tackle out of NC State definitely has the size and quickness to be a solid lineman in the future. Ekwonu's biggest strength right now is his ability as a run blocker. While he's not quite as explosive as Evan Neal, the previous pick on this list, Ekwonu can bull rush opposing defensive linemen and use brute force to take them out of the play, which opens up holes for running backs. Not to mention that he's quick off the line and can get into his blocking stance fast thanks to his quick feet. That being said, he's still got some work to do when it comes to his footwork, particularly in the pass protection part of his game. Several times throughout the 2022 season, he would get beat by an opposing defensive lineman in pass protection and have to use his sheer strength to prevent a quarterback sack. If he can work on this weakness, look for him to be one of the anchors on a rebuilt Panthers offensive line in the future. Grade B-. Number 5, Kayvon Thibodeaux, defensive end for the Giants. Kayvon Thibodeaux played in 14 games in his rookie season. And even though he only had 33 solo tackles, he did have 4 sacks and definitely made his presence felt at times coming off the edge. The 6'5" pass rusher has a quick first step coming off the edge and is able to wreak havoc with his long arms. Whether he's using his 6.5-foot wingspan to knock passes down at the line of scrimmage, wrap up the ball carrier, bring down the quarterback, or strip the ball loose, Thibodeaux used as many tools as a pass rusher to make an impact on the games he appeared in. The only knock on him so far is that for a top 5 pick, he needs to be producing like this more consistently in the future if he wants to live up to expectations. He's a talented player for sure, but he's looked more like a situational pass rusher instead of an every down guy who can bring the energy on a consistent basis. Grade C+. Number 4, Sauce Gardner, cornerback for the Jets. This next pick on the list is the only first-round rookie to make it to the Pro Bowl. Ahmed Sauce Gardner was an absolute beast for the Cincinnati Bearcats in college and hasn't seen them miss a beat as he performed incredibly well for the New York Jets as one of their starting cornerbacks last season. Gardner started off all 17 games in 2022, registering 75 total tackles, a pair of interceptions, and 20 pass breakups. His 20 pass breakups led the league, which no doubt contributed to Gardner being named the Defensive Rookie of the Year. In addition to that, he was also named a first-team All-Pro, becoming the first rookie cornerback to earn that honor since Hall of Famer Ronnie Lott did in 1981. Unless there's a drastic drop-off in production in year 2, expect Gardner to continue to show the Jets and the rest of the league why he deserves to be drafted this high. Sauce Gardner is a prime example of what teams expect to get with their first-round pick. Grade A+. Number 3, Derek Stingley Jr., cornerback for the Texans. This next pick on the list is incredibly talented, but has struggled with injuries ever since his college days at LSU. But the Houston Texans felt that Derek Stingley Jr.'s talent and potential ceiling far outweighed his injury risk. Even though he only played in 9 games this past season, while battling a hamstring injury, Stingley showed flashes of greatness. Stingley Jr. recorded 43 tackles, 5 pass breakups, and an interception. His skills definitely show why the Texans felt confident in taking him at number 3 overall. He is rarely beaten on a play and seems to have a nose for the football and a motor to match. He is always in the vicinity of the ball, and when he has a chance to make a play, more often than not, he does. He's excellent at playing the ball when he's in one-on-one battles with a receiver. He's great at baiting the opposing quarterback into making bad decisions with the football and can make a big hit or jump the route if the opportunity is there. If Stingley can find a way to stay healthy in 2023, he may show why he has the potential to be one of the best young cornerbacks in the National Football League. Grade B+. Number 2, Aiden Hutchinson, defensive end for the Lions. The Lions sped up their rebuilding efforts by taking Aiden Hutchinson 2nd overall out of the University of Michigan. It's safe to say that they struck gold by finding one of their defensive leaders of the future, as the former Wolverine made a habit of terrorizing opposing quarterbacks in 2022. He racked up 9.5 sacks and 34 solo tackles on his way to NFL Rookie of the Year honors. Between his explosive first step, ability to bull rush any opposing offensive lineman on his way to the quarterback, and his ability to get home and finish the play, Hutchinson has a relentless motor and drive to get the job done. Fans of Detroit have to be excited about Hutchinson and what they saw from him as he helped lead the Lions to a 9-8 record, their first winning season in several years. Grade A. Number 1, Travon Walker, defensive end for the Jaguars. There's one word that best describes the final play on this list and the top pick in the 2022 NFL Draft: speed. Jags defensive end Travon Walker brings tremendous speed as a pass rusher in spades. In 14 stats, Walker registered 49 tackles, 3.5 sacks, an interception, and a forced fumble. He has an incredible fast and explosive first step coming off the edge, and it showed up time and time again during his rookie campaign. Not only is he incredibly fast for a big guy at 6'5" and 275 pounds, but the best part, he never seems to lose energy. His motor is always running. He's built like Myles Garrett and has the energy to energize a bunny. Fans in Jacksonville have to be excited about their football team for 2023 with this guy leading the charge on defense. Grade A-. Did we get it right? Let us know your thoughts about how these rookies performed and stay tuned for the second video covering picks 11 through 20.